A journey to Quebec is the trip of a lifetime for anyone, but it's especially cool to win it. Everything taken care of. Meet North American Hunting Club member Kevin Keel.
I grew up hunting and obviously out in Oklahoma there's no caribou, and was lucky enough to get the caribou hunt. And I'm going to take the first respectable animal that I can shoot, and then after that I'm going to go for the trophy.
It's such a great experience to bring a member with you. I got to tell you, it's great being part of the club. It's an honor, but to bring a member with us really made this experience special.
In northern Quebec, weather always plays a part.
So we were trying to figure out what we're going to do for the day. And while we're standing there, one of the guys looks across the bay and we see some caribou swimming across the bay towards us. And so it was just a mad panic, you know, let's go around, let's grab our guns, let's get our gear, maybe we can head them off. We grabbed our rifles and started heading down towards the shore. And we're kind of looking back here, and all of a sudden we look and they're already over here already. Those things, they swim incredibly fast.
By the time we got to where they thought they would be, they were in, you know, Nova Scotia. They were somewhere far away from where we were.
So they ended up being a little bit out of our reach. We watched them run out of the water, but there was no way we were going to be able to catch up to them. So we headed back to the camp, tried to regroup, and one of the guides came back and he said they're right behind the camp. They're right where we were yesterday. So we grabbed our gear and we headed out. You know, it's typical hunting. The heart's racing, your mind starts to work. How far away is it? Do I put it right on? Do I need to hold over? But ultimately, he gave me a great broadside shot, pulled the trigger, and he dropped right on the spot. Kevin took the opportunity. We had 2 tags. He figured he'd just fill out right then and there. So he took a shot at one, and it ended up running off. So we ended up trying to run that one down, which we ultimately did.
This is awesome. He's a pretty respectable one. I'm happy with him. I'm very happy. Stalked up on him, got behind some cedars, and I picked out the one I liked, and luckily it ended up right here.
So then we got back, and these guys are pretty fast and efficient about what they do. He'd already been cleaned. First caribou in Quebec, right here, first caribou ever. Absolutely jacked. Couldn't be more excited. It was such a rush.
Well, I'd say if you ever have a chance to go, you need to go. It's really beautiful up here. The accommodations are great. Club Chambeaux and their staff's great. The people up here are really nice, and yeah, it's a beautiful country, and if you get a chance to go, I definitely go.
You know, you get the first one and you're feeling pretty content, and you know, got a couple days left on the trip, and I think, you know, now I can maybe be a little choosy, and you know, you kind of calm down for a little bit after the rush of the morning. It happened pretty fast.
Like a lot of hunters, I've been ridden hard and put away wet. And if that's not enough, on top of all the wear and tear from hunting, I was involved in an auto accident a few years ago. I had a shoulder injury that has really changed the way that I approach my practice sessions. I used to shoot a lot of arrows when I came out to the range. I mean, I'd shoot dozens of arrows. But now, because of my shoulder, I take a more focused approach to my practice sessions. Quality shots requires a high level of concentration at the exact moment you release the arrow toward the target. I'm going to use that same concentration, that same level of intensity that I would if I was out in the field hunting. During the off-season, I shoot as many arrows as I can until muscle fatigue sets in. I usually do this probably 2 or 3 times a week. But as soon as accuracy begins to falter, I'll pack it up for the day. And if I feel any pain in my shoulder, I back off immediately. Okay, so here's the routine. Smooth draw, solid anchor, focused aim at target, controlled breathing, smooth release, and follow through. In a hunting situation, you're only going to get one chance. And very likely it's going to happen after you've been sitting in a tree stand or a ground blind for maybe 3 or 4 hours. There are no warm-ups in a hunting situation. And I try to simulate that out on the range. That first arrow out of the quiver each morning, that's the one that counts. I want to have that same level of concentration that I need to have up in that tree stand to make that one shot count. Consistent accuracy requires good shooting form, relaxation, and above all, concentration. And it's not so much about the number of arrows you shoot per practice session, it's the quality of those shots that count. So when that big buck or monster bull walks into your shooting lane, you have the ability and the confidence to make that one shot count.